crooked and I can't reach. Oh well, good enough. I'm fine. Howdy, y'all. 'Tis I'm alive. I know, I've been missing. I've been missing for some time. If you're new here, you don't know that. My name is Sandra Waldrop. You are watching Kingdom Acres, and this is my segment on Craft Around the Clock. Oh. All right, so you're probably wondering, what in the world is she wearing? Okay, what in the world am I wearing? I'm wearing a cutesy badootsy hat, okay? But I'll get to that in a second, okay? I just wanted to address the elephant in the room. I don't usually wear a hat, but it's so cutesy. So cutesy. Okay. So, I have a couple of announcements to make. First off, I'm home. We've been gone for like a month now. We're all exhausted. The house smells like foot because ain't nobody been here to clean it. Hello there, Tracy. You came in at the perfect time. Ain't nobody been here to clean this stinky old house. And so, yeah, I've been working on things today. Been making very slow progress. Hello, Lourdes Green. How are you? Miss Lori, welcome in. I have some exciting news to share with y'all. So exciting. So as I was sitting there at one of these cow shows, it came to me. I'm a writer. I've always been a writer. Ever since I was a kid, I was a writer. In like 7th grade, I was voted most likely to publish a book. Like that's just who I am. I've always been kind of one of them people. One of them cute little nerd girls in the school with the books and all the things. And so, but artsy, right? So I decided that I would just add another thing to my plate while I was out, and I started working on a publication. It's not really a magazine. It's not really a book. I'm calling it a bookazine, okay? Because, aw, thank you, Jackie. It's kind of a hybrid, right? Because it's not going to be like a monthly magazine, or probably not even a quarterly magazine, but it's very magazine-esque. Going to have a lot of really cute articles, things like that. I'm hoping to get it out May. Maybe early May, maybe mid-May, but May is the shooting. Can't say that. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word. Anyways, that's what I'm going for right there. Hello, Cynthia. So anyways, this is the cover. The name of it is Crabapple Holler Almanac. I'm gonna just get up close so you can kind of see what's going on. Okay, so that's gonna be coming out here pretty quick. It's gonna have so many recipes, so many fun homesteady type content, crafting, thrifting, all of the beautiful things. So be on a lookout for this. Isn't it so cute though? Look at those crab apples in the corner. Oh, I'm in love. I'm just like, every time I put together a little something for it, I'm like, I get so excited. So anyways, thank you, Cynthia. I'm so excited about it, y'all. It's not the first book I've ever written. It's the first book I've ever written to be published anytime soon. Obviously, it's going to be self-published. It's not going to be like, I don't have a contract or anything. It's just kind of something that I'm putting out there, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know. You know? Anyways, okay, back to my cutesy bagootsies hat. Okay. When we were in Houston, there was this place that I fell in love with in like where they have like all the vendor shops. It's called Family Jewels of Texas, okay? If you want to look them up, they have a Facebook, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous pieces. And they had all of these hats, these Western style hats, right? And they were so blingy and so just embellished and artsy and cutesy, and oh my goodness gracious, I was in love until I walked into that booth and I said, how much for this hat? And they're like, well, our hats run anywhere from $300 to $500. And I said, shut your face. Like, no ma'am. I was like, I didn't say that. I thunk it. I thunk it in my brain. I was like, I'm not that kind of rich, okay? I'm not any kind of rich, okay? Let's just be honest here. In the past months that I've been monetized on Facebook, I've been making like $9 a month, but because we've been gone and I haven't been doing any lives, I looked this morning, I'm at like $3 for this month, for the month of March. So that's me raking in the dough. So, needless to say, a $300 to $500 hat that does nothing more than keep the sun out of my eyes and make me look cute, it's not in my budget. It's not in my budget. So, I mean, we'll spend that much on feed in a month, probably, for all of our animals, I would say. More than, no, it's got to be, just for the cow, I want to say it's about $300 a month in feed, probably, one animal. I don't have that budget for a hat. So what I'm going to do today, I took myself on down to the Wally World and I found this $15 hat. They had it in this taupe color, they had like a darker brown color, and then they had black. And really I want to go back and get the other two colors so I can just have a variety, okay? Because I'm a variety kind of girl. And I mean, look at how cute. Just like the style is cute, but it's a one size, so you have to like adjust the inside. You get what you get when you're spending $15 on a hat, okay? But we're gonna make it into something yeehaw meemaw, okay? It's gonna be yeehaw meemaw. It's not gonna be really as extravagant as what those people got going on, because I ain't got no jewels. I don't have the jewels, but I have the cutesy things. I have a hair in my mouth. Okay. The cutesy things that I use and can put together. Now, I did order myself some of this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful leather stuff. I don't know if it's actual leather, but it's a roll of something leather-like. And it's embossed and it's gorgeous. And I will be using it on the underside of this hat just to do like this area. I cannot do this today though, and I'm going to tell you why. I ordered some of the adhesive that I would need to actually make this stay, and it's not here yet. It's just not here. And so know that I'm going to be doing that. If I have plenty to do, I might do a second part on my hat, but as of right now, I'm just planning on doing the one. But I'm already 7 minutes in. Holy monkeys. Okay, let's get going on this. So hi Janet. Janet or Jeanette? Tell me if I'm doing this right. Okay. I printed out a little transfer for it, and y'all are gonna say, Sandra, what are you doing? You can't transfer onto felt. Well, we're gonna try, and I might just ruin my $15 hat and have to run out and buy a new $15 hat, but I'm gonna do this first just in case I end up ruining it. That way I don't waste all my other supplies applying it to this hat. And you're like, why even risk it? Well, because that's who I am. And I'm doing this, this experimentation with you, because if you want to print yourself out some pretty little transfers to go on a hat, well, by golly, I want you to be able to do that. Okay, so I peeled off the back of that, but we need to take this off. I'm not in love with this hat band, and they glued it on here. I'm gonna try to give it a little bit of heat, okay? We can't give it a ton of heat. Hello, Miss Brenda, how are you, my mama bee? I'm just gonna heat it up ever so slightly to try to see if it'll help bring it off of here. Just a little bit. Ooh, caught my finger, that's for sure. Yeah, that definitely. Just a little bit of heat. You want to work at this very slowly because that you don't want to mess up the hat itself or get tangled in your cord either. All right, let me try untying this so that we can have a little bit more room to work. Let's see. We could very well spend this whole time just doing this part, because if you're really going to do it, if you're really going to take this apart, oh look, okay. Once you get that little knot, it's pretty easy to just kind of peel off. Okay, good. You just want to work a little bit at a time. But if you do get to a spot where it wants to pull and damage that felt, you're definitely going to want to heat it up. Yeah, okay. So let's put some of the air on here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. That's all it takes, just a 1, 2, 3. Don't do any more than 3 seconds at a time. Hello, Miss Renee and Miss Mary, how are you? Good afternoon, thank you. I'm very, very excited about this little project. Those hats in Houston just caught my eye. They did. They caught my eye, and anything in this life that you can't afford, if you really want it, you have to learn to make it. So that's what I'm doing. It's okay. It's leaving a little bit of, I'm not sure you can even see, like residue from this cord. It's fine. And I'll probably save this cord and use this on a different project. We'll see. Or maybe my girls will use it on a project or something. There's always something that you can do to make it real useful. Nothing goes to waste. Okay, there we go. That was easy, just by applying a little bit of heat. At first I was thinking that I was going to have to like cut it off. Okay, so this part's the front. For those of you who don't know, I'm sure you guys know, but all right, now I've got my little transfer here, and I just want a little bit of something. This is a fiddle with flowers. Look at that. Look at how cute that is. If you wanted to do a great big one, you probably could. The only thing with these transfers is you can't do steam, and usually with hats you do steam. You're not going to do any steam on this. So if you're bending and stuff, you do run the risk of running into problems. I'm just going to bend. I'm going to do a little bit, okay, right under where the new hat band is going to go, just for experiment's sake, okay? Got a little piece of parchment, and we're going to say a little prayer that this works and I don't just ruin the whole hat right from the start, because that would be really unfortunate. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You just don't want to melt anything, and that's the biggest thing. You don't want to melt. I'm using just the tip right here of this tiny little iron. And the good thing about using is one of these craft irons is that it doesn't get like super duper hot. Hi, Miss Tracy. Shauna, good afternoon. Good afternoon. So, trying to get this down. It doesn't have to be down as hard as you would doing like pants. Like I did these fancy pants for my co-op when at the beginning of the school year. I wear them all the time. Like all the time. Probably at least once a week, just because these are my comfy pants. When I'm feeling bloated or like these things move. I put patches on them. I did little acrylic paint dots, and then I did the transfers, and it worked beautifully for my denim, obviously, because denim is pretty resilient when it comes to heat. Okay. Feel like we got it on pretty good, actually. This came unplugged, but I'm still going with it because it's still got plenty of heat. And okay. All right, it worked out. I have the power. Look at that. Okay, just a little fiddle. The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for some souls to steal. Yeah? Okay. Now you got that song in your head, don't you? Okay, so what I've got here is just some vintage lace. And this came in a bag with a bunch of vintage lace and fabric and stuff. And I love that whole bag. I love it. Everything in it is gorgeous. I'm sorry, but I can't help you if you want to find lace exactly like this, because I don't even know where you would get it, or try to find it. Maybe eBay. I don't know. Look at the design on it though. Oh. Okay. So here's this. I'm really wanting to do like an applique for the front, but like the very front of the hat up here, the top part, because I want to look like a cowgirl granny princess. Okay. If that makes any sense. A cowgirl granny princess. This is wearable art, y'all, okay? And I know that like usually when we're crafting, we're doing stuff to like display in our home or something like that, but sometimes I like to wear my art. I do. I like to wear my art. I have a lot of yarn here. Now I also have beads, and I'm not sure. I don't think I brought them out here thinking, oh, I can just like put that bead onto the ribbon. Not even thinking about how I was gonna get it in that little hole. Okay, that's not gonna work. That's fine. We don't need turquoise beads. Gosh golly, I wish I had a way to string the bead on there. I bet I could if I had any sewing needles with me, and maybe some thread. Just like do a little thing of thread through one of these little corners and then thread it through the bead. It might get stuck because this is pretty thick when it's all bunched up. I don't think those beads would work. If you had a turquoise bead with a bigger hole, you could space them around, and that would be absolutely gorgeous. But as it were, I can still use them just like hot glued in different places. That might be something. We'll see where my artistic little heart takes us today. Okay, so there's that. I also have out my quilt material that I have been crafting with and doing certain things with. I'm not sure yet what I'm doing with it. This is just one of those projects that just makes my heart so happy. Oh, my daughter just got home from work. Did you have a good day? Good. She said yes. How did my doctor appointment go? Oh gosh, Stephanie. So the doctor confirmed to me why I'm not really a fan of doctors, because one doctor is always super concerned, and so they will send you to yet another doctor, and then the other doctor looks at you like, why are you even here? And that is basically what happened. And I explained to him, well, kidneys are a big deal, right? I'm like, kidneys are a big deal, and I really would like to keep mine. And so I am here. And he's like, well, basically too bad. I'm worried about making you antibiotic resistant. And so I'm not going to culture you. I'm not going to do anything to you. Just basically like tough it out. He's like, never in the history of man has an infection just sat there for 6 months. So basically he didn't believe me. He dismissed everything I had to say. And, yeah, he just basically like placated me the entire appointment. And he confirmed in me why I don't do doctors usually. Okay, I'm just going to glue this little spot in the back until I get in my, oh gosh, why aren't we working? Until we get in my applique, because I may need to, well, this is very interesting what's happening with my glue gun. I may need to work beneath the band. There we go. There's the words that I'm looking for. Yes, ma'am. Oh, glue tool. My 10-year-old's over here keeping me in line. It's good. It's good. Okay. So there we go. So far, I know, still looking kind of plain. It's fine. We still have time. Okay. Now what I have is a ton of florals, which we can kind of look at to see what we like. What else did I have in here? I have, these are all from Walmart. Let's see. I've got some of these. Some of that. I love this. I really love this. I want to kind of put down a layer of greenery. But maybe we'll do the chunky stuff first. Yes, I think so. Okay, just take some of this off. Again, Walmart has the stuff. These little white things like to shed though. So let's keep that in mind when you're putting it together. You'll probably need a lint roller, something. Okay, now this area where I'm going to be gluing the flowers down, they are going to glue down that hat band in that section as well. I'm really concerned mostly about the front being able to like lift off. Okay, and I just lifted off a part of that transfer so I can, because I like grabbed it when I grabbed the hat band just now. So I will put that back on. Let me find my end to my little doodad. It's because I did it so lightly. But also I literally felt it grab and like rip apart with my nail. So I know it was on there pretty decently. even with the tiny bit of heat that we put there. Okay, well, I don't want to, let's see, I don't want to start gluing yet. I want to just kind of get this laid down on here. If you needed to, you can shave off or peel off some of these leaves to make it lay down flat if you want it to. I'm not real concerned about it. I'm just kind of showing you like some options if you want it to lay down flat to get yourself the look that you're going for. Make sure that the ends that were connected to the bouquet, that those are down, getting glued down and not sticking out. Okay. I'm having it kind of feather out from the top of the hat. You see that from the side? It's wearable art, y'all. This is wearable art. And I am all about looking like a yeehaw meemaw when I go out anymore. And my husband just rolls with it. Poor guy. He is very much like an introvert. No need to draw attention. Like, you do your stuff, I'll do my stuff. Like, he can sit next to somebody at like a ball game that he doesn't know and not try to strike up a conversation with them. Like, that is not me. I am very much the one who is going to know your entire life story by the time we leave. Because why not? I'm going to be your friend. Thank you for being a friend. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Jamie. Okay, so we've got that baby's breath looking stuff. And then our eucalyptus looking stuff. And now we've got some florals we can do. I kind of liked this white. Okay. Look at how pretty that is, just with one white. Yes, okay. Now, you could have, do I want it on that side of my head? Or do I want it on the other side of my head? Because I put the transfer kind of off to this side. Let me just grab this and scooch it around and see how it looks. Okay, yeah. I like that much better. Like next to the transfer. What are the dogs into? I can hear somebody licking something they're not supposed to be licking. And I believe it's something from the trash can. These dogs are being bad. Okay, we've got these little flowers. The thing is, okay, I'm trying to make this something that I can wear year round. I think that these colors could easily follow me into fall, so I could wear this to fair. We do our fair in October. This is something I could easily wear to fair. Okay, I just really need, and I know that this is going to be the centerpiece. The diagramma's here. So that's gonna be like that, okay? And now I've got some time left. Shh, shh, shh. Stop your barking. All right. What I'm going to work on with y'all at the moment, I want to make some flowers that are hymns, okay? We've got, this is the Old Rugged Cross, okay? I made this with ChatGPT, whatever, and I printed it on both sides of the paper so that I can make, so I can make flowers. I'm kind of staggering these backwards and forwards, okay? And I'm going to get this little quilting square. It's a 4" by 4". If you're doing one of these, that is the smallest you want to use, I'm gonna make this just a little bit. And I'm cutting off the white, but when I make the petals, I'll be cutting more off. So it's just kind of one of those things. So, okay. Going around, and I just stack those. So you're doing 3 squares that are 4" by 4". I don't know if you've ever made a paper flower before, but I think this is going to be darling for this hat. It's really going to give it that old-time Meemaw feel, that homemade look, right? And it does not get any more old-time country than a hymn, right? So, okay, we've got 3 squares. Now I'm going to take the first one and I'm going to fold it from corner to corner to make a triangle. Okay, and then I'm going to do that again and again. Okay. This is the center of this paper. These are all the outside edges. I'm going to cut like a little ice cream cone looking thing. So it looks like that. When you open it up, you don't have to open it up, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like. When you open it up, it looks like that. Look at how pretty that looks. Okay, I'm going to close it back up. Okay, I'm going to do that 2 more times. And I could very well get rid of all of the store-bought fake flowers and just do all paper flowers, which I'm contemplating because I just love the look of paper flowers with music notes on them representing a musical a musical rendition of the gospel, right? Okay, and now one more. Corner to corner, make your triangle just like that. We're gonna go. If I could reach my camera, I would bring you guys in even closer because I know that like when I'm doing like little things like this, it's kind of hard to see, but I can't reach my camera. You guys are way over there. Okay, so I did 3 folds. Again, this is the center of the paper. Keep track of the center of the paper, and then all right, so this literally takes 3 squares, okay, to do this flower. Now I'm going to take and cut. Am I taking and cutting now? Yes, I'm taking and cutting about 1/4 of an inch off the bottom, okay? You don't have to take very much off, just a little snipperooski, okay? That much, that's all you're looking for. Now you're going to open up your flower petals and they're gonna look like that. You know, this is, I just love that. The flowers on there with the music notes. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Now, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. I'm going to cut 3 off of this one. 3 petals off of that one. Okay. Try to make it as straight as possible. Off of this one, I'm going to cut 2 off. I'm gonna do it over here. I'm trying to preserve this little, okay. Because there's like a heart, or not a heart, a cross and flowers. So you do 3 on the first one, you cut off 3 petals. On the second one, you cut off 2. And then on the first one, you cut off 1. Okay. All right, so that first one where you cut off one, you're going to take and make and glue these edges. Hey, Sandra, I just got from the park with your grandbabies. Oh, that is so much fun. I love park days. My poor youngest child has not had as many park days as her siblings. And I keep thinking every year I need to be more intentional about park days with her. And then life gets away from me. Okay, so we're gonna start with the one where we took off one, then we're gonna do the big part of the one we took off two on, and do the same thing, glue those ends together. But anyways, so we haven't been going to the park, but this morning she was like, hey Mom, let's go for a walk down the road. And I was like, okay, yeah, I need some exercise. She needed exercise. Everyone needs exercise. Perfect. Let's go. So we did that. And she decides while I'm on foot, she's going to bring her scooter. Well, she also had the dog on the leash, our golden retriever. And I had been running with our golden retriever and telling her, you know, mush and whatever to like make her go. And I'm just gonna snip the corner of this little petal. Okay. And she gets on her scooter, she gets the dog, and she's like, go Dutchies! And the dog just like zooms. And she's like, ah! And she falls off, injures her ankle. The dog is like, oh my gosh, something's chasing me or following me. And so she's like running, like dragging this scooter. Finally, the scooter comes off when it like tangles with a mailbox. And I'm just standing there looking like, what just happened? It was insane. It was absolute insanity. Anyway, good times, right? Good times. All right, so we've got this one, and this one that all fit inside each other, okay? You can kind of see how this is going. You're just gonna glue them in one another so they all kind of stay. I'm just gonna kind of take note. Okay, I'll go around the bottom part of this one on the inside, just a very light layer of hot glue. It doesn't take much. Stick that down in there. Hot. Try not to burn off your fingers like me. Try to make sure it's staggered a bit. Okay. Then you're going to do the next one. A little bit of hot glue in around that inside tiny hole. Just inside there. Yeah, it was wild, Miss Diane. She's okay. She's okay. Yeah, she's doing better. We iced her leg. She got spoiled on the couch for a few hours, and now I'm like, go do your schoolwork. We have co-op tomorrow. Get your schoolwork done. All right, so now we still have these ones. And on this one, we're gonna go ahead and let me see. I think on these we actually roll them. So let's get the little one first, just the single petal. And you're just gonna roll this as tight as you can, okay? Somebody's licking something in there, I can hear it. Sophia, what are you doing? Okay, so it's just gonna give you a little like that, okay? Just fold it over on itself, not fold it, roll it. You want it to be kind of like a straw, but tapered down at the bottom. Okay, this is going to be the very center of your rose. So you really want it to be as tight as you can get it. I'm just kind of spinning it around, and I'm going to put a little dab of hot glue to hold it in place so it doesn't unravel when I set it down. Okay. Now I'm going to take this other one and I'm going to go around it a little loosely. Okay, kind of like, so it's just inside that second one, okay? And I'm gonna dab there, not on my finger, okay? And now the third one, okay. Find a good spot there. I'm just going to dab this directly on there. Okay. And this may or may not be perfect, but I will make several of these for this hat, probably, because I just love these. So, okay. And let me dab that closed. Okay. Ouch, ouch. All right. Now I'm gonna stick this in here and kind of, you can squeeze it, you can pull it, like do whatever you need to do to zhuzh it. What I would like to do now is actually, instead of gluing this in, I'm going to use one of my paint brushes and I'm just gonna go around and curl these little edges of the petals so they look more realistic. You can go around and burn them if you have a lighter. I don't think I have a lighter with me. Arabella, do you know where there's a lighter? There's usually one sitting close by the fireplace, but I don't know where a lighter is. So, anyways, today's Monday. Can you believe it? We are so close to Easter. Like, Merry Christmas, y'all. Merry Christmas, because this year is flying by. I still have Christmas decorations up in my kitchen. Don't sue me. We've just been crazy busy, and before that, when I should have been taking things down, I was pretty sick. So, and then my daughter had surgery, blah, blah, blah. I really don't care if they stay up all year. I don't. Does anybody else have Christmas decorations up? I would love to know. I would love to know if you have Christmas decorations up. Please make me feel better. I do, however, have a good portion of my garden where I want it, how I want it. My dirty rotten chickens did eat things and I've had to replant, and I'm trying to take precautions to keep them out, but things are just, okay, I'm gonna kind of crunchy this. Okay, I'm just kind of crunchy it. That's kind of the cool thing about these little paper flowers. Do whatever works for you. Okay, I'm going to, I could have probably made that hole much smaller than I did. So keep that in mind. Like, even as little as I took off, you could probably take off even less than I did. All right, and then just scrunchie it on there. Okay. And you can really distress these. Look at that. Let me pull that down in there a little bit more. I'm cinching it at the back part. I'm just squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. And there you go. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. You decorated your tree with angels. Oh, Tracy, I love that. All right, so now let's see how this is gonna look on here. I do want to distress it more, but I've only got like 2 minutes left. So if I did a bunch of those, it's going to look even more intentional, I would say. A little less like, what was it? Was it Red Hat Society or Purple Hat Society where they did the fun hats? And they were all about the matching the red and purple together. I can't remember. Aw, thank you. Thank you, Diana. Yes, paper flowers are so pretty. So I could do a few of these and put them on there, and I probably will, but I may do some where I integrate some of this lacy stuff. There's also, I could do this. I could integrate that. I could integrate some of this blue lace. That might be pretty. There's just so much. There's so many ways you can do this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have a sweet little piece that I can use. Oh, this was another idea I had. Okay. If you make the hole on your flower big enough, you can hot glue a little bead in there. Hopefully that'll stay so I can show you. You can hot glue a little bead in there if you make that center wide enough. So I might do that some also, and I'm just gonna keep playing with it, okay, until I get it just right. Again, I will post pictures of the final project once it's completed, and so y'all stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching today and for being here with me and encouraging me. I love y'all. I love y'all so, so much. You have no idea how much. I will see y'all probably later on this week. Hopefully, if I can do another live before the weekend. Hopefully I can figure out a day. I'm trying to decrease my schedule outside the house, so hopefully. But yeah, make sure you go back into Craft Around the Clock and refresh your page. Give those ladies some love. Tell them I sent you. And thank you for being here. Thank you for making a homemade home with me today. I'm going to jump across my table now so that I can actually reach. Say bye. Bye, guys. Love y'all.